Okay. طيب. So here we have variance and standard deviation. يعني ايه variance? Variance is variation. يعني how the data is varied. يعني is the data close to each other؟ الفاليوز بتاعتهم قريبين على بعض ولا في variation في الداتا كبير؟ يعني for example if I'm talking about temperatures خلاص during احنا دلوقتي in March مثلا in دبي خلاص one day the temperature is مثلا 30 degrees خلاص the second day is 31 اليوم اللي بعده 29 there is no big variation here. There is no big variation. Most of the values, most of the temperatures are like close to each other. Like if one day, if you have temperature is 30, and in the second day you have 37, and the following day you have 25, this is big variation. كده اللي تشينج كبير كده من يوم للتاني. Value للتاني. Okay? But standard deviation, now we use it to measure the variation, the spreading. خلاص بنستخدمها to measure the spreading of the data. يعني الداتا بعيدة عن بعضها ولا الفاليوز قريبة على بعض. Why we need it? It's important for in statistics. If we want to decide whether our data variation في الداتا is big ولا small, it's important sometimes to decide whether or to know the variation in the data. طيب variance احنا we use this symbol sigma squared اسمه sigma. Standard deviation هو نفسه بس sigma without squared. يعني ايه؟ يعني standard deviation السيمبل بتاعه this equals root of variance. So if any question they are asking for the variance, you get the variance. If they are asking for the standard deviation, you have to get the variance first وبعدين you take the square root of the variance. Clear? So you always get the variance first. طيب how to get the variance? There are two rules. فين هما؟ اهو. Rule number 1, version 1. Actually, it's one rule, بس احنا we call it like two versions. Version 1, what's this? Sigma x minus x bar. X bar is the mean. So when we say x bar, this is the mean. So sigma means the sum of the difference means minus, of each data and the mean squared divide n اللي هو number of data set. يعني ايه؟ How to do this one? يعني in the table you are given the values, the x values. خلاص. انت you do what? First you calculate the mean. Once you have the mean, draw another column كده and find each value minus the mean. يعني each x minus the mean. I'm going to explain on an example now. I'm just explaining quickly كده the method. So you do each value data minus the mean. You get the values كده. بعدين you square it. Square what? Square this. Square each value هنا. Each value هنا you square it. Power 2. And you write the values. بعدين after this you add all these and you get sigma x. You get sigma x minus x bar all power 2. خلاص. So now you have sigma x minus x bar all power 2. يعني you get the sum of this data. The sum of this data. After this you divide by n and by this you got the variance. اللي هو sigma squared variance. طب I want the standard deviation. Whatever value you have here, take the square root of this value, and this is the standard deviation. This is standard deviation. Okay? والsymbol ده اسمه ايه؟ اسمه sigma. Okay? So this is the first version of the rule. What's the second version? It's this. Type, do we need to know the two versions? Yes. Do I have to use one of them? لا. It's up to you. You can use any of them. Unless they ask you for a specific version. But يعني it rarely happens in هم they say use this version or use this rule. They don't do this. But you have to know both rules. Type, the other rule is what? The other version? Sigma x squared over n minus this is the mean squared. يعني البراكت ده, this bracket is like the mean is squared, because sigma x over n, this is the mean. If I say what's the mean, you say it's sigma, the data, it's the sum of the data over n على عددهم. So this is square of the mean. طيب احنا, anyways, I'm gonna solve an example using the first version, and I'm gonna solve another example using the second version, so that you get used to the two versions. لازم تعرف تستخدم الاثنين. طيب SXX over N ده, what is SXX over N? What is this?
In the first version.
لا. This is a third version actually. SXX we call it, ليها اسم دي. SXX دي ليها اسم. What's the name?
SXX.
summary statistic. اسمها كده. اسمها ايه؟ summary
statistic.
اسمها summary statistics. It's very simple. The rule says the variance is the summary statistics divide n. That's the rule. So if I want the summary statistic, just multiply n and the variance. If I want the variance and I have the summary statistic, SXX, sometimes it's given. You will see in questions, this is given. You divide it by n to get the variance. خلاص? Okay? You get it?
Okay.
Type.
Yeah.
We want you to write this row, variance equal. In three versions. 1, 1, 2, 3. 3 rules though. Equal. They are all equal. Write it down. Okay.
Yes, give me 1 second.
Yeah. Here they say the marks gained in a test by 7 randomly selected students are 3, 4, 6, 2, 8, 8, 5. So there was a test. You have 7 students. You have the marks of the 7 students. They say find the variance, lower sigma squared, and the standard deviation, which is sigma, of the marks of the 7 students. How to do this one? Very simple. Pay attention. The first thing to do, you find the mean. Okay, find the mean. How to find the mean? Add all the values. And divide by 7.
36 divided by how much?
7.
5.14.
Okay, so 5.14. يعني 3 significant figures enough. Type. After this, construct a table this way. Table this way. Okay. The first row is for x, the data. Second row is for x minus the mean. Third row is for x minus mean squared. We always do this. Type the data, put the data. So we have 3, 4, 6, 2, 8, 8, 5. 3, 4, 6, 8, 8, 5. Now, we will subtract each data, okay, or in other words, we will subtract the mean from each data, x minus x bar. So 3 minus 5.214 on the calculator, it will be what? 2.14.
3 minus what?
3 minus this. 3 minus the mean will be 2.14.
Yes, so 2.1.
4 minus this will be 1.14. 6 minus this. But wait, this is going to be negative. 6 minus 5, it will be 1.14. 2 minus this, minus 3.14. طبعا be careful here. 8 minus this.
Sir, by the way, you got one of them wrong.
Which one?
Wait, so 6 minus 5.14 is 0.86.
Okay. Right, thank you. Let me correct it. 0.86. Okay. Type very good. تمام. Okay. So I think the rest will not be correct بقى. طيب check the rest.
Yeah, will we recalculate?
Recalculate بقى. Yeah. Yeah, do the first one. 3 minus 5.14. I think I said this is going to be negative 2.14. Am I right?
Yes.
4 minus this. I said this is going to be negative 1.14. Is it right? Okay.
Wait, can you give me 1 second? I'm filling in the table.
طيب يلا. Whether you have negative or positive, when you square, you will have positive values. يلا square each of them. What's the answers? خلاص احنا we are done with the table. خلاص we squared all the values and all of them are positive. The next step is to do what? Very simple. You find what? You find sigma, يعني the sum of x minus x bar square. يعني you add all these values. يعني you add 4.58 plus 1.3 plus all of them. The answer will be what?
Wait, sir, we add them all?
Add them all. The answer will be what? 32.86. 0.86 يعني 0.9. Okay. Now to find the variance. So the variance. So we say, okay, variance is sigma squared. This is sigma squared. Is sigma, yani this, the number we got here, 32.9, divide 7. Divide 7. So divide this by 7. 32.9 divide 7. What's the answer?
32.9 divide how much?
Divide 7.
32.9 divide 7 is 4.7.
Well, 4.7. Okay. And the standard deviation? Standard deviation. Take the square root. Standard deviation, take the square root of 4.7. What's the answer? Take the square root.
Square root of 4.7?
Yes.
2.17.
Very good. It's correct. 0.17. Very good. But this is the standard deviation. This is the variance. Clear? So in this question, احنا عندنا frequency table. So we do another column. Another 2 rows, I mean. This is x. This is xi. So what to do next? We do x squared. وبعدين we do fx squared. يعني x squared, it means square this, square this, square this, and square this. Yeah. Can you help me out هنا? Yeah. Square 35. What's the square of 35?
1225.
1225. 1225. I need space بس ماشي. Okay, yeah. What's the square of 36?
1296. 1296.
2000?
1296.
1296. Type 37 squared.
1369.
38 squared.
1444.
1000 again.
1444.
444. حلو قوي. يبقى first step square الاكس values. It's easy. Square them. خلاص. بعدين you multiply the frequency by the data. We write the answer here. So you do 3 times 1225 and write the answer here. What's 3 times this?
3 times 1,225.
Yes. مش احنا gonna
3,675.
3000
675.
675. Okay. Next one. 17 times 1,296.
22,000 and wait, so it's 22032.
Okay. Next one. 29 times this.
29 times 1369.
Yes.
39,701.
Okay. And last one. 34 times 1444.
49,069.
تمام. خلاص. So احنا we squared the data x وبعدين we multiply the frequency by the square of the data. Now it's the time to do what?
What?
Let me show you. Take this to the side. Now it's the time to substitute in the rule. فين الرule? This is the rule. We have the variance. This is the variance. طبعا you have to memorize the rule وإلا هتكون مشكلة كبيرة. Sigma f x squared divide sigma f minus sigma fx divide sigma f all power 2. This is the mean, by the way. This is the mean. Okay. And we didn't find the mean yet. طب let's do it الأول بس واحدة واحدة. What do we want to find? Now we have this. Now I have fx squared. So what to do? Add them. Do sigma fx squared. How to get sigma f of x squared? هنا from this row, add all the values. Add all the values. Any values اللي هم 3675, 22032, 39701, 49069. Add them all. يلا on the calculator. Add them all and tell me the answer.
Wait, I add the 369 and everything, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so 3, 6, 2, 2, 0. 3. Sir, it's 114477.
1,
4,
4.
4.
Okay.
7, 7.
7, 7. No, I don't think so.
No.
There's something is wrong. And the answer is here. This is 114504. Might be a calculation mistake. So let's say it's 114504 plus. There's some calculation mistake, maybe calculator mistake or something. We have found sigma fx squared. تمام؟ طيب. Next you do what يا آدم? Do sigma fx. يعني إيه sigma fx؟ يعني you take the frequency and you multiply it by the data. 3 times 35 plus 17 times 36. You're multiplying frequency by x, by data. Frequency by data, by x here. Okay? Are you following? Right.
Yeah.
Plus 29 times 37 plus 34 times 38. Yeah, tell me what's the answer for this?
Okay, give me 1 second. Two, 5, 2, 1. Okay.
Now write this rule. Now we have this, which is 114504, and we have this اللي هو 3082. So what to do next? Substitute 114504 divide sigma f. What sigma f? The total number of frequencies. Sigma f is the total number of frequencies. This 3 times 17 plus this, it's 83. 83.
So
So you divide by 83, and then you do 3082 divide 83, and you square it this way. If you put this on the calculator, you should get 0.74147. Yani it should be 0.741, the three significant figures, and the standard deviation is root this value, 0.741. It will be 0.8661. طيب. I want you to do it again, yeah. خلاص. You see the whole steps. I'm gonna leave the step. خلاص. بس عاوزك تعملها مرة تانية نفس السؤال. خلاص. السؤال. Ignore the answer. Don't look to the answer. خلاص.
Okay.
هتحل نفس السؤال مرة تانية. اوكي. نفس السؤال. بس هتحسب كل حاجة بالكالكوليتر بنفسك. اوكي. يلا. So here what to do? One extra step. Find the midpoint of each group. What's the midpoint هنا? 2.5. يبقى the الداتا بتاعتي اللي هي احنا we call them x. It will be the midpoints. يعني I look for the midpoint. 2.5 هنا will be 7.5 هنا 12.5 17.5. What's the midpoint of 20 and 60? Add them and divide by 2. 40. Okay, so it's the midpoint is 40. And here it will be 65. Yeah. Now pay attention. So what's the next step? You do as following. نعمل ايه? Write the intervals from 0 to 5. يعني construct the table this way. Phone calls, okay, frequency, midpoint, fx and fx squared. طيب وبعدين what to do next? Write the groups from 0 to 5, from 5 to 10, from 10 to 15, from 15 to 20. Go down a little bit كمان. But then we have from 20 to 60. And finally, we have from 60, L between 60 and less than or equal 70. تمام. Write the frequencies. We have 4, 15, 5. Copy the frequencies. 5 كمان. Did we miss something here? هنا 4, 15, 5.
5, 2, 0, 1.
0, 1. 4, 15, 5, 2, 0, 1. Everything is fine. Okay. بعدين the midpoints. we found them. Now 2.5, 7.5, 12.5, 17.5, 40, and last one 65. And then what to do? fx. What's fx? This is f. Multiplied by x. So 4 times 2.5. Get 10. And continue this way. 15 times 7.5.
Okay.
So the next one will be?
So 17.
You take the frequency and you multiply it by 17.5 squared. What's the answer? 600.
612.5.
Next one will be 0 because you're multiplying by 0. Frequency
That's
0.
0.
تمام. Next one, it will be 1 into 65 squared.
1 into 65 squared. 4225.
4225. Okay. بعد ما عملنا كده what to do next, let me show you. خلاص, now it's very simple. You just substitute in the rule. Which rule? The variance. Let's use this. The variance, which is sigma squared, will equal sigma fx squared divide sigma f زي ما قلنا نحفظ الرول minus sigma fx divide sigma f all power 2. تمام؟ طيب فين sigma fx وسيجما fx squared ودي فين نجيبهم؟ How to get this؟ يعني first how to get this? From where? From the column of fx squared, from this column هنا. From this one we get sigma fx squared. يعني we add them all. We add them all. 25 plus 843. You just add them all. Okay. Add. Okay. Add them all كده 25 843.7 and then 781.25 plus 612 and so on. Add them كده all and tell me what's the answer. After this, we add all the values in the column fx to get sigma fx. So you add all these برضو to get sigma fx. The answer will be 285. 285. But now we have them. And we have sigma fx squared and we have sigma fx. This is here, this is here, and this one here. Here. Okay? You just substitute. Type what's sigma f? Total number of frequencies is what? هنا. Add them 4, 4, 15, 5, 2, 0, 1. What's sigma f?
4 plus 15.
Huh?
Okay, give me 1 second. 4
plus 15 plus 5 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1.
Plus 57.
Correct, it is 27. So now you substitute in the rule, in the variance. Okay, do it this way. So we have sigma fx squared, which is 6,487.5, divide sigma f, which is 27, minus, open bracket like this with a square. Inside the bracket, you have sigma fx, which is 285, divide sigma f, which is 227, which is 27. 100, 128.85. So the standard deviation will be what?
Square root 128.85. 13.35.
تمام, very good.
Sorry, 11.35.
11.35 يعني 11.4. This is the standard deviation and this is the variance. The question was saying anything else? لا. They asked for the standard deviation. So I had to get the variance first وبعدين we get the standard deviation. Do you get this? You understand now how to do the frequency? This is called frequency grouped table.
Yeah.
So there is frequencies and there are groups. تمام? Clear?